Hey there. Yes, I'm back. Oh, technology. I was trying to unplug the stream from my phone after I gave you the personal tour of the um, gallery here and our exhibit Long Beach Rising. And I was explaining to you about the importance of giving to Long Beach Gives. And man, I pressed the wrong button and ended the stream, but that's okay. We are back. We are live. We are ready for you to participate in Long Beach Gives. I'm going to try to put the links back in the chat that you can donate to, and if not, you can just go to longbeachgives.org. And then, or on all of these Facebook platforms that we are broadcasting on now, you should be able to see the chat, the link in there in order to make a donation to our nonprofits. Number one is the Arts Council for Long Beach. Number two would be the Dream Creator Studio. For us, it's through the Long Beach Rising um, the Long Beach Rising fundraiser platform, and you can go ahead and knock it out, make a donation here. Let me see if I can put that one at least in the chat. Now I've got to go. I've got some guests coming, but I now they have the old link, so I got to give them a new link, and so that's what we're doing here. So Streamathon, man, we're trying to go for hours. I think I'm trying to. My goal is to go 8 hours. And my goal is to go 8 hours here, a live stream, live from the Long Beach Rising art exhibit, and talking about Long Beach Gives. People are coming through the exhibit. That's good. Someone just walked in. Hi, how are you? All right, good. Yeah, so that's what's going on here. We are raising funds for Long Beach Gives, Dream Creator Studio, Arts Council for Long Beach. Studio's open, the gallery's open, so come on through. We're just sitting here doing this streamathon. We're going for 8 hours straight on the live, and that's what we're doing today. We're trying to get some of the other nonprofits to clock in. What a great morning we had! We had so many people on to share about the uh, Arts Council for Long Beach, the importance of arts and culture in the city. It's vibrant, and arts and culture is an essential service in that vibrancy, is what I see. And we just want everybody to be able to uh, give and support to the nonprofits around the city that are involved in community work. I smell barbecue somewhere. Yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe that's because I'm hungry, but I'm saving a little room because I'm going to go over to Lola's with the Arts Council after this, hopefully this evening. And I'm going to just join my colleagues over there. Shout out to the ICT Theater, International City Theater. As part of my board duties, I attended their gala last night. Encore is what they call it. Shout out to them. It was really, really cool to see uh, all the people that patronize the performing arts in the city. It's interesting to watch. We were talking earlier about generational connections and intersections and what performing arts entities need to do. We use the symphony as an example and the mashups that we see and relating them to demographics. So if Nas can perform a successful performance of one of his landmark albums with the Kennedy Center Symphony Orchestra, I think that's the way to go as they attract younger and more diverse audiences in those spaces. And I think the ICT, thank you for coming. I think we will be here. This will be up until October 14th, and then we're going to change into a new exhibit that deals with climate change. But I'll be here to like about 7 o'clock today. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so the ICT Theater gave their annual fundraiser last night. It was really, really cool to be there. They honored some of the famous, you know, I'm assuming they're wealthy families of Long Beach, and yeah, they lifted up the people that are in Long Beach. I'm gonna be right back. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. Over here by myself. I want to make sure I'm safe. It's great security and everything around, no doubt about it. But you got to make sure that you see. I'm sitting in a space where I can see pretty well the door, but multitasking, live stream, streamathon, gallery proprietor, arts advocate. I'm wearing a lot of hats right now. You know, let me do this. I do want to try to copy this and email it to someone who is going to join us after they're done with their meeting. And I just want to make sure that they get the correct link to join us right here because we have kind of changed up, haven't we? hmm So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to send it to my peoples so that they can join us on, yeah, the live. Shout out to all the digital broadcasters out there. We're in a new paradigm these days, just like everything else. But hey, um, I just think that this is an awesome opportunity in these days and time to create your own content and uh, you know uh, promote it and market it and make it a viable um, aspect of communications of media. And it also gives an opportunity for you to see a wider variety of thoughts and perspectives of things that are happening in the world around us. And I think that if you're a communicator, you have a really good opportunity to get online, create your own radio show, create your own talk show. If it's music, you have a little more uh, latitude in presenting new music so that music discovery isn't just dictated by what you hear on the radio. It's all over the place in the underground, the overground, the whatever. This is the benefit of being all digital, and I want you to keep at it. I was watching Roland Martin. He's talking about how now TV is your laptop, it's your phone, it's your digital device. That's the movies now. That's the all of the best ways that we now consume our media. It's different now, and so while it may be strenuous for some people, in the movie business, the writers are on strike, SAG-AFTRA is on strike, all of that. On the other hand, it creates viable opportunities. Maybe the distribution will be a little slower just because you don't have all of the bandwidth. But I would say, man, there's so many opportunities. It's crazy, and so you have freedom, you have control, you have your imagination can just go where it needs to go in order for the whole world to see your works. And that's really important, in my opinion. It just is. And I hope that you are taking advantage of that. So, all of you all that are going down this road of digital media, building your own digital platform, shout outs to you. It's not easy, no doubt about it. But if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So, You just gotta keep on plugging, keep on being about business and keeping your content really good. And so I think that's really the key right now is keeping your content really, really good and quality. Let's begin to stay away from the junk. I know we didn't really get a chance to get into it too much, but I did want to ask our guest this morning about the what seems to be a cultural degeneration in the music, and maybe to some people it's not. For me, it is, but maybe it's not for some people, and that's cool too. Let's see. This is going to come from Greg Johnson there. This one's so yeah. Keep on doing what y'all doing on this digital media platform. That's what it is there. Uh, you know, I would encourage radio stations to be more digital media friendly. I'm sending this email to one of my folks with the new link. Yeah, that's what's going on. Uh-huh. So funny. I used to produce a very large music festival on 4th of July. I did that in collaboration with Council Member Bernard Parks and then later on Council Member Curran Price. We did that in Exposition Park, right? It's 50, 60,000 people out there. It's crazy. It became very, very successful. Free to the public. I had the best of the local community acts and then one or two national acts come through each and every year. It was very successful. Um, Proud of that work right there. There are those who may kind of hate it on it, but I'm proud of that work. Anyway, I was just thinking about right music and cultural degeneration. I would run those stages and I wouldn't have cussing and stuff like that. And we were able to cover the gamut of, urban music or black music, soul music, from hip hop all the way to jazz to R&B, thus and so. Had Yo-Yo up there, world class icon, hip hop Hall of Famer. Yo-Yo rocked that crowd. No cussing. You know, the question remains now, in the generation of Yo-Yo to Cardi B, or like their lyricism seems to be, markedly different on either side of the board, right? And so I think there's a cry out now because I do believe that, especially since we're talking about the wake of George Floyd's murder, I think we're in a cultural revolution, and the music I think needs to reflect it. That's just is my personal opinion. You can agree or disagree. It's all good. I'm just saying that I just think that as we look at what our community is growing into, and if we believe the notion that music is a reflection of society, then I think that we should really uplift the music that is inspiring to the masses of the people, that gives them knowledge. I think there is a space for the gangsterisms. I think there's a space for the ratchetness and all of that. People going, freedom of speech. I'm not talking about censorship. There's a place for that music, but I actually think that place is on the underground. Back in the day, we had, you know, blue records, not blues, but blue records. So I'm talking Red Fox, Moms, Mabley, all these different comedians that we had in the household and who's they're cussing, right? And it's on wax. But there was a time for that. That was, when you were a kid in our household, we weren't allowed to be up when those records were played, but you still understood as you become older and you become a collector of music and content, you still understood that that type of record had its place in your playlist, what time you would, um, play it, who was around when you play it. Right now, it's like, dang man, the kids are singing the nasty songs, and it's just it's a lot. And maybe I'm old, okay, but I don't think it's that. I don't think that because I do think I'm still pretty relevant and still cognizant of today's pop culture. I listen and I learn, but I just do hear when the brother goes down the street with his boombox, that person's not talking about love and happiness, joy and pain. You talking about robbing and pornography, and I mean, man, come on. There has to be some sort of reckoning with what type of music we allow to hit the general market airwaves. And that's just my opinion on arts and culture, and where it really pertains to current day standards, particularly from an African American perspective. That's a mouthful, right? Send this email out. Yeah, so that's what's up. All right, I hope you guys are clamping in there and give to us at Long Beach Gives, longbeachgives.org, longbeachgives.org. What you say, Patrice? What's going on? Like, my hair need to be done, huh? You're saying there's a war against our culture, music, women, men, children, etc. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And it's something that we really need to do about it, right? It's really really something. Um, so as we're having this day long conversation about arts and culture and asking you to support arts and culture through the Long Beach Gives system again. And in Long Beach, there's over 260 nonprofit organizations participating in this crowdfunding uh, deal, and it's a way for people to give back to nonprofits or support nonprofits of their choice. I'm supporting the Arts Council for Long Beach, where I serve as the board president. I'm supporting the Dream Creator Studio, which is our nonprofit. I'm broadcasting live from our art annex, located at 255 East 4th Street, 255 East 4th Street. And yeah, yeah, 255 East 4th Street, right in the beautiful city of Long Beach. Yeah, that's what's going on. We're trying to make something happen, y'all. We're trying to make something happen. Let's see here. I'm going to send you this link right now on your email. How about that? Let's see. We had a little minor glitch in our streamathon here. Had to reestablish a new link for the peoples, and now just getting my peeps lined up to let them know that hey, you can now access our digital studio using this link, as opposed to the old one that I had out there. And that's it. We're just trying to have fun, and we're just having their um, information. Wow, this morning with Greg Mack and Violet Brown and Alonzo Williams, talking about um, hip hop music, stories, Hall of Famers, like big time Hall of Famers here, joining with us. Violet sits on the board of directors with me for the Arts Council for Long Beach. And then, um, yeah, we had Griselda Suarez, our executive director. It's just been a rich day, uh, and hopefully, people are, participating with Long Beach Gives, and we appreciate you for doing that with us, helping us go down this road of arts advocacy, arts culture. Rhonda, check your email if you will. And we got some other folks coming. Hopefully, the folks from Long Beach Forward will come through. We can talk a little bit about um, our conscious cinema. Patrice is chiming in here. She's saying here, let's see, Bobby Hemmett said it so clearly. Our music used to be about love, healing, healing our communities. It's totally the opposite now. Yes, it is. It's overdue. Yes, yes, yes. Time for a reckoning in arts and culture. We promote arts and culture here, and we all for saying what you need to say. But man, you really have to have some sort of dignity is the word I heard earlier this week when I'm talking about how we walk as a people. It's like, we used to walk with dignity, but we don't have that now. And sometimes even circumstances. It's about the lack of dignity with how we're greeted, in the world, and oftentimes I think we're doing it to ourselves through our arts. But it's thinking that there's enough positive minds out there that could overcome this. Overcome this. There's enough people out there walking in the light that can overcome this. New songs can come about. New writings can come about. Um, that can uplift the people. This cultural degeneration needs to stop, and it's up to us to that, not to others. Which brings us to another point of arts and culture is that we can tell our own stories. And if we allow others to tell it for us, they will often get it wrong, is what someone was saying not too long ago. And I think that that's a true statement. I reflect on that statement of tell our own stories, almost to the point that it's cliched in my household, cliched, but it's a fact, right? As we travel the world, as we travel the country and look at culturally relevant, situations, um, man, it's just more and more apparent that we have to tell our own stories. This past summer, we were down in Memphis, Tennessee, and I went to the Lorraine Motel, and where they killed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it was very, very interesting. The National Civil Rights Museum is attached to the hotel, and you go through it, and it really tells our story from the time we landed here as slaves into from the motherland, all the way through generations up until now. And it's really a lovely uh, dialogue, a lovely story. It's our story. And I think everybody needs to go to that facility, the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, Tennessee, and just spend some hours in there to study our history. It's also important to note that art has a significant section in that museum because at one point in the evolution of the movement, art became an instrument of social justice, an instrument of expression for black people trying to achieve civil rights. So here's what we've been talking about all day long is how arts is a balm towards mental health. Arts is a balm towards social justice, just education, on and on and on and on. And I think that what we're talking about right now, and seeing it exhibited in the National Civil Rights Museum, is yeah, that's what it is. Okay, it looks like. Oh wow, Rhonda. Okay, so this one didn't go through to your email. Let me try it one more time. I don't know why. I'm gonna send it to the message one. Okay. Okay. I don't know why that didn't go through. That was supposed to go to the Dream Creator Studio email. It did not. And now I'm sending it to your other one so you can check in, let us know what's been going on this Long Beach Gives Day. Long Beach Gives. So funny. I had a little massing of people there for a hot moment that were listening in. And the moment I started talking about fundraising, they bounced out of there. Oh man, come on. We don't really ask for money all the time on here. We just try to share information and inspiration. But this is an important time, and we're really just trying to share with you the different, you know, nonprofits in our region that are doing some effective and important things in the community. And if you feel like you want to help us financially, that is a beautiful thing. If you don't, that's cool too. But we're just trying to be sustainable out here, and that is the Long Beach Gives program allows us to do that. We're linked up with the Arts Council for Long Beach. I am on the board of directors there, currently serving as the president of the board. It's my second term I'm going into, and it is my distinct privilege to do so. I'm intrinsically linked to the Dream Creator Studio, so I will always support and look at that. Um, and hopefully you can help us do what we do. We out here. Somebody, an elder in the Long Beach community, said to me yesterday, I just need to tell you that you guys are doing great work. And I was just so overwhelmed with that. First of all, that they were even paying attention, but, just that coming from that particular person, it was really awesome to get that acknowledgement. We're over here working hard. We're trying to promote arts and culture from a very profound and intentional space. Uh, we're participating in Long Beach Gives because we're based in Long Beach. This is where we live and work. However, our platform is global. You followed us. One day we might be talking about Long Beach City Hall, but then we're up there at LA City Hall, or we're over there learning in Johannesburg, South Africa, Accra, Ghana, Cape Coast. I mean, we're global, and we are um, speaking to you from a decidedly global perspective, right? Yeah. So there we have it. Come on in here, Rhonda Love. Did you get it? So interesting to be here talking with you, just running my mouth about Long Beach Gives, about arts and culture. And, it leads into discussions about stereotypes and shaping narratives. It's important. Arts is essential, you know. It's interesting to watch politically too, man, to make sure that as you prepare to go for the polls, that you vote for um, the person of your choice. I was going to say something else, but I don't want to be the one to tell you who to vote for or how to vote because the choice is not easy this time. But I will say that the arts and culture. You might say, well, Greg, what does arts and culture mean when you're talking about voting and the electorate? Well, even in Long Beach, when last year they had the mayoral elections and the Arts Council for Long Beach was able to convene a mayoral candidate forum. We held that up there at MOLA, the Museum of Latin American Art. It was well attended. It was very robust. Every candidate that was on the ballot was in attendance. And we did have the questioning moderated. Our moderator uh, issued the questions from a distinctly arts and culture perspective. And it's interesting to note that one of the candidates said that Long Beach was, um, had forgotten about the arts and culture sector. And I just think that that was an inaccurate statement. Um, it seems like Long Beach has intensified its attention to arts and culture. Now that we have a new mayor, he has uplifted arts, culture, and tourism as primary indicators on his agenda while he is in office. Yes, the Olympics are coming. Yes, the World Cup is coming. So, arts and culture has a large space in those experiences. But the fabric of the city, just driving around the city, and you see the fantastic examples of public art, the murals, the functioning symphony, one of the most important regional symphonies in the nation, the Long Beach Symphony. Shout out to Kelly and them. You guys are doing an awesome job. They have their own opera, Long Beach Opera. They have the specialty singers like the Camerata singers and the Musica Angelica. Hmm? South Coast Chorale. These are all of these different music groups that are in this place. The performing arts entities, ICT Theater. I think that's what I was trying to talk about when we got cut off in the last stream. I went to the ICT International City Theater fundraiser gala last night, and it was really really exciting and fun. Saw a lot of people. That's old Long Beach, man. I would just be really honest about you. And yeah, yeah, just leave it at that. Just the older, more, the legacy of Long Beach patronizes that particular theater. You got Musical Theater West, you got Long Beach Playhouse. I'm just saying, illustrating a vibrant performing arts scene here in Long Beach, right? You have the cultural centers that are coming out now. Lots of different cultural centers because the city wants to recognize the diversity of the city. You've heard in our discussions today, uh, Omar Akram, the um, uh, Grammy Award winning pianist, lives here in Long Beach, and he is was talking about what he loved about Long Beach, and diversity was like at the top of his list. And so that's what the city is really all about: is um, diversity, inclusion. And plus, we're right by the water. That's what I like. But we do see that in the arts and culture sector. And then those of us that are laboring in this, in our case, when we do boil down to, our hyper local side, we try to do quality, unique, innovative presentations. That's why we have this Long Beach Rising art exhibit here at the Dream Creator Art Annex. It's right here in 255 East 4th Street. The protest panels are structured in a gallery setting. That's why we had earlier this year, we were over at the Loiter Gallery we did Black celebrating Black excellence. This was for Black History Month. We had a number of great uh, artists on display. Um, some from Long Beach, some from LA. Shout out to Buena Johnson. Shout out to Muhammad Mubarak. Shout out to Kadar Ampak. Shout out to Skylar Bush. Shout out to Fidelis, the awesome sculptor. He was from Nigeria, is currently living there, and has these metal works. He's a master metal worker. And yeah, it's just a lot, a lot. I'm so glad you guys are able to pop in and join this streamathon. I think we're approaching probably about, let's see, what time is this? 2:04. We started at 9. So what is that? 6 hours already? 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 5 hours. So we're in the game here, and we're going to keep on pushing, all the way until about 4. I think I'm going to go till maybe 5. But, I just want to really impress upon y'all to check in um, with Long Beach Gives, illuminating arts and culture. It's a marathon, though. This is almost like running, y'all. Shoot, I'm a runner, and sometimes you gotta pace yourself out here. And that's what's up. But back to the celebrating Black excellence. We had the art exhibit. We had the fantastic, exceptional award ceremony where we honor people who have demonstrated a compassion for community, who have been active and effective in community work, whose work and legacies demonstrate a desire to uplift our people. And we were honored to celebrate families on this time. One of the families, the Jackson family. Yep, those Jacksons, for sure. Oh my goodness, that was so great. It was awesome. Toya and Siggy Jackson. That's the son and daughter-in-law of Jackie Jackson, right? Yeah, was able to really celebrate them and shout them out and love on them in front of the whole community on the bed of a uh, exceptional high-end art exhibit. It was really great. We honored the Sheba Gillis of the Gillis McLucas family legacy family line here in Long Beach, going back generations, some of the originals of the community here in Long Beach. The Anderson family was also lifted up there. The Atira Rodriguez over there at the Long Beach Post, she was uplifted too. Her and her husband and their brand new baby, probably not so brand new now. I saw, look, they came down by the coffee kiosk, and that little munchkin was, he was on one, running around. That was really funny and so cute. But shout out to Atira, you're doing a good work, and I just share the spirit of Ida B. Wells on you and the young sister Jackie Ray, all of those people there. We've been doing a lot there. I see you checking in here. What are you saying there, Rhonda? You said we honored the members of the Jackson family as well. Yes, we did. That was Siggy and Toya, and then what else? We've also honored and Hollywood luminary Bill Duke. We did that in 2020 at the beginning of COVID. We absolutely did. Had a book signing. We did that at the Michelle Obama Neighborhood Library. That was really awesome. And let's see, who else you say? Beverly Broadus Green and Lindsay Hughes. These are all of the people that we did honor there. Somebody might say, who are these people? Beverly Broadus Green. That Evangelist Green is Snoop Dogg's mom, and she's passed on now. She's gone on to be with the Lord, but at that time we honored her and we celebrated her work. We thanked her for instilling that which she has instilled in her son, Calvin Broadus, also known as Snoop Dogg. Is so funny because uh, I think Violet early on our broadcast might even called him by his government name, Calvin. But yes, what a great woman. Lindsay Hughes, a business mentor without a question. A significant entity among Black McDonald's owners and operators. I've been doing that a long time. Responsible for so many projects sponsored by McDonald's. I remember the Gospel Fest, the Gospel Fest that you said McDonald's Gospel Fest was a staple in Southern California. That was all Lindsay. That's actually how I met him. And then shortly after that, I was bringing the Gospel Showcase because I called it that because I didn't want to compete with his name and everything. But yeah, good man right there. These are the people who we have honored celebrating Black excellence. Yeah. This is our live streamathon. We've been on since 9 o'clock in the morning. and we're talking to all things arts and culture. We're participating in Long Beach Gives. Uh, excuse me. I'm here live at the Dream Creator Arts Annex, and we're just trying to share with you some perspectives of arts and culture. And we want to um, encourage you to support the Arts Council for Long Beach, to support Dream Creator Studio. Um, and then, too, that's all Long Beach gives. So we'll put some of these in the chat here, the links. But if you go to longbeachgives.org, type in Dream Creator or Long Beach Rising, that's we're really set up separate fundraisers that say Long Beach Rising Murals of the Movement that you can donate to either of those two or both nonprofit organizations, arts organizations in the city through Long Beach Rising, and that's a beautiful thing there. It's great to be a part of this exceptional technology, which raises much needed funds for nonprofits across the city of Long Beach. But for me, I would be remiss if I'm having a conversation about nonprofits. I don't want to just stick to Long Beach because we're global. We're all across the state, all across the city, all across the Southland. And I'm part of the West Angeles Community Development Corporation, and I would love for you all to go to their website and donate there. Also, man, so many Black Hollywood Education Resource Center, Living Legends Foundation, on and on and on. The list goes on of nonprofits out there that you can support. It's just a nonprofit vibe today. So I just wanted to talk about everybody on there and just please, please be a part of the giving. And, it goes a long way. It helps. Dream Creator Studio also mentors international students. This video was created by a couple of our international mentees, and she's got a link in there. You guys can click that link um, in the chat and watch it. Maybe we will try to bring it into the stream here if I can just check it out. All right. Yeah. Long Beach Gives. We're hoping to hear a little bit from principals inside of Long Beach Forward, which is one of our nonprofits around the city. We are expecting a call in from the West Angeles CDC, to talk about nonprofits and the importance of nonprofits in today's society. We're just trying to reach out to everybody to try to see if they can be a part of this discussion and help us as we bring awareness to arts and culture advocacy in the city. Um, yeah, so that's what's going on in my world. What a day, you know. Long Beach gives. Long Beach gives. Who invented this stuff here? This is really interesting, right? How somebody had the foresight to say, you know what, there's so many nonprofits in the city. Let's set aside a day. Let's build a digital platform so that people can make their donations to whomever they want to, and then all of the organizations can participate. You go peer to peer fundraising, which means you can go in and set up your own fundraising page in support of the nonprofit you would like your universe to donate to. Somebody that's pretty brilliant is what I think, and I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. I think at the very least, it will illuminate attention to the various, nonprofit organizations that are in the city and what they're doing. But and then, prayerfully, it will raise much needed resources for those nonprofits. But what a innovative strategy to raise money for the nonprofits. Nonprofit Partnership is a support organization for nonprofits in Well, I noticed they service a lot of nonprofits all over the region, but they are a vital resource for people involved in nonprofits. They do board trainings, they have diversity, equity, and inclusion trainings, they have resources, information, instruction on how to set up your nonprofit, how to maintain it, sustainable, strategies. And shout out to Michelle and your entire staff out there for the innovative strategies that you do for the nonprofit community, particularly in Long Beach. But I know that your arms are wrapping up into Santa Monica and Orange County and all of these different places. I learned so much through some of your seminars, both online and in person. And it is just essential, the work that you're doing. And I have recommended you to other nonprofits that are outside of the city of Long Beach, just because I just believe the work that you all are doing at the nonprofit partnership is so essentially important, and it's valuable. It's not run of the mill. It's like spot on, and nonprofit organizations really, really, really need to have access to organizations like yours. So, nonprofit partnership, you can look them out, TNPTNP.org. Yeah, that's what's up, right? So, time is marching on here, and we're just trying to run our mouth here and do this streamathon. Thank you for sticking with me here. Tell a friend we in here just trying to make some things happen. Hopefully, you guys are figuring out how to. Let's do that now. Let me do this now. I'm just going to go over to this other browser, and I'm going to grab the different. Yeah, grab the different links to these pages, Dream Creator Studio. Uh, yeah, I have the front doors open. I wonder if you can hear that. Somebody rolled up on the neighborhood with all their windows down. And, it's funny, while we were talking earlier this morning with Violet and Greg Mack and Alonzo Williams, we were talking about, Dr. Dre and his recording techniques. And, Dr. Dre, I saw a documentary where he was saying that after they recorded, a song, they would take it out to the truck, and bam it really, really loud to make sure that it was right. They hit it in the car. And then Violet was talking about, even she got had a process. People would bring her music, and then she said she need to go out to the car to listen to it, and the people who knew that about her would ask her, "Hey, did it make it to the car?" Because she's trying to check the sound, because that's just so important to certain types of music, right? Is how it sounds in the car. That's what's up, man. I just really think that was exciting. And out there just now outside of our door, cars are bamming their music as they roll through. Let's see. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm going to go on the Arts Council first, and then I'm going to go down and look at all of the different fundraisers that they have. I know, well, shout out to all the board members uh, of the Arts Council for Long Beach. I know a lot of you are involved in different, you know, activities. Hopefully, you're bouncing everything around to raise money for the Arts Council for Long Beach. Um, it would be really, really great if y'all check in with me. See if you what you're feeling about the campaign, the essence of the Arts Council for Long Beach. Long Beach Gives. Let's see here. Yeah, Long Beach Gives. Oh, I see what happened. That's why I'm not over there. So I'm gonna put this one in the chat. This is the Long Beach Rising fundraiser that is connected to the Arts Council for Long Beach. I'm going to start there. So this is a paste, and it will be in the chat. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab the one that is connected to the Dream Creator Studio. Let's see here, Long Beach Gives, and I'm going to look Dream Creator Studio. Uh, and there it is, Dream Creator Studio, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just find out a little bit more about this great organization. And I'm going to put this link in the chat. You can find out a lot more about Dream Creator right here in this link that I'm about to share with you. And prayerfully, you will make your donation if you choose. Help Dream Creator do what it does, which is to build communities through media. The youth programs in there are exceptional, and they are a global organization, so they're doing things all over the world, doing big things. And that's what we have here. That is the Dream Creator Studio. All right. Yeah, so that's what Long Beach Gives. Just go to those sites right there and help us out. Help us raise much needed funds for the community work that we are doing in the arts and culture sector. Whew. Wish I had some reporters out there. I wonder, let me see. I think I need to, because they had the old, it's probably too much now. But everybody, we had the old link to what we're doing. I think I'm going to, I think I'll email her. Violet's out there, and I know she might be trying to get in on the old link if she's trying to get in. The Arts Council has a fundraising event at the Container Cafe, which is on the campus of the Civic Center, and yeah, that's a pretty awesome experience. I wasn't able to attend because I'm here with you right here, just trying to raise funds and have some fun and just run my mouth about arts and culture. That's what we do it here in the beautiful city of Long Beach, broadcasting live from the Dream Creator Arts Annex, 255 East 4th Street, where you can find out more about our um, exhibit, which is Long Beach Rising, Murals of the Movement. We're going to have some of the artists here. Running a little late. I think I'll ping them, and then especially make sure they have the new link to get in because we want to hear from them and the great art and what their mindset was when they came and did these fantastic works of art. Earlier, I gave you a walking tour of this exhibit that's here, and hopefully you were able to enjoy that. But if you'd like to see it in person, we're here, 255 East 4th Street, open, ready for you to experience the protest panels. And yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, let me see. I want to get to. Let me just share this link with y'all. And let's talk about it. Talk about. This is so fun. Oh, look at Rhonda Love is there. Let me bring her in there. I see her. Hey, Rhonda.
Hey there. How's it
I can
going?
hear you. Can I hear you?
Um,
Oh, maybe because I don't have my headphones. Let me do that. In here, naked. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
All right. Trying to make stuff happen.
I had no
What's
idea
your
you were doing
thoughts
a
here?
marathon. You doing a marathon today all by yourself? OMG.
Oh boy.
You're doing a great job.
Look, I still need to get my numbers up.
You will.
Oh,
You
funny.
will.
Yes, yes.
If you don't
So
do anything
funny.
else, you definitely scoring high in awareness. That's for sure.
Yes, yes. That's currency too, I suppose, huh?
That's
Yes.
currency too. Yes, it is.
Hmm. Yeah. So, what are you thinking these days? What's the hope, blessed hope for Long Beach gives for you?
Well, I mean, I think that all of the 250 or so organizations that are participating, that it just turns out to be a really great, fruitful day for them in terms of support, from the communities, from communities abroad, supporting the work that they do. I hope that it's resourceful in terms of making connections, as well as putting the word out and bringing awareness. So additional funding is always great, great connections and awareness of the work
Hmm.
that they do.
Hmm.
So,
We were listening to the Arts Council for Long Beach, and they were going to the Container Cafe over there by City Hall on the campus of the Civic Center there. And that must be a good place to eat because I've been hearing it's got a little buzz on it, Container Cafe. Have you been there yet?
I was passed by there several times. It looks great menu there, and I would say tiny. It's tiny mighty. It's a tiny mighty
Tiny
eating
mighty.
spot.
Yeah,
Tiny
yeah,
mighty.
yeah.
So
Tiny mighty. And that's so they did their thing. They're doing their thing this afternoon over there. There's artists, there's food, there's all kinds of activity going on. Then they're going to go over to Lola's. Now, I love Mexican food. That's actually among my favorite. And I probably am going to go over there after we're done with our streamathon just to hang out with my colleagues over there. But, as we talk about culinary art, and Lord knows I love to eat. And I'm going to say, um, it was Lola's that I learned. This is really an abstract subject I'm about to cover right here, and it really just comes down to, culinary arts. And I learned from the head chef over there that so when people say guac as opposed to guacamole, that is a cultural affront because guacamole is a byproduct of the category mole, which is there's all different moles like in Mexican cuisine. So when we say, "Hey, give me some guac," we're actually offending the culture because we don't know enough about it. That guacamole is the avocado base, but it is a mole, which is a legit category in Mexican cuisine. Did you know
oh
that?
wow. No, I had no idea. Oh my God, that's good to know.
Yeah, yeah. So when you're out there, guac, you say, "Hey, can I get an order of guac?" You making the waiter mad, and the chef.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh. Wow. That's good to know.
it's good to know, right? So,
Yeah.
uh,
I wanted to
yeah.
mention something that we hadn't mentioned earlier today. We kind of mentioned it, but we didn't really expound on it. And that's because it's in development and it's going to be launched soon. But I'll give everyone a sneak peek. So many know that we've worked for many years on the art walk, in the art walk, and you probably mentioned it earlier already too. But the downtown Long Beach art walk is returning October 14th, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever before with three uh, stage activations. One being at the promenade at the Mosaic site over on Third and Promenade, the other location being the backlot of the Long Beach Museum of Arts. And then the other lot will be, or location will be, the Arts Park at 151 East Elm. And so Dream Creator, along with the advisory of Greg Johnson, Hannibal Media Group, DLBA, Arts Council, and the production being commissioned by the DLBA for Gray LB, Robert Marquez, to curate all of those stages, well, the production portion, and we come in and line up the kind of the talent and working with the community and everything. But it's going to be a quarterly art walk in downtown, and literally just a day of celebrating arts and culture where we immerse deeply as a downtown community and Long Beach abroad. Immerse in the celebration of art. So it's going to be incredible and amazing. We've got some folks. The lineup is growing right now as we speak in terms of talent who are going to be on those different stages. The three stages are themed, with the mosaic stage being kind of a contemporary stage, or with multiple genres of music there. And then the LBMA, Long Beach Museum of Arts location, being a jazz theme. And then the art walk the art park being a grassroots sort of lineup there. So you have these different varieties of music and presentations that you can just walk through downtown and enjoy in between all of the activations. So many organizations are partaking. You've got Studio 111, you have Intertrend, you've got, in terms of partners, Councilwoman Zendeja, so many people, the list goes on and on. It's going to be a big celebration in terms of returning this art walk. So we are glad to have Greg and I have been pioneers of really keeping the art walk and the importance of it before our community. It's been a great celebration in years past. There is a monthly that happens in the East Village as well, which is amazing. That also just recently returned. And then this one will be all of downtown activating with artists coming from all over the city. We're curating artists from the Arts Council for Long Beach's list of artist registry. So if there's an artist out there and you're interested in participating, if you haven't registered with the Arts Council's artist registry, definitely register there, because the talent is being pulled first from there. But it's just going to be a day of celebrating happening quarterly, and that's October 14th. Saturday from 12 noon to 6 p.m.
Wow, incredible. I think we did talk a little bit about it earlier, and the Grammy Award winning Omar Akram is going to join us at the museum.
Yay! How cool. Wow, how cool is
dope,
that?
right?
Yeah, super dope. And I forgot to mention too, workshops. So the vision is for all things arts to be activated. So there'll be several different artist vendors, as well as curated workshop space for presentations. And we listen to the community deeply, and we're bringing things that we can enjoy, that inspire us, and that can educate us. We've got balloonists who are coming. We have jugglers who are looking at coming. You have your traditional art forms, and then of your non-traditional art forms that are looking to participate. We also have the SBA looking to bring some really needed workshops, such as a discussion on building the creative economy. And then also how to build a robust career as an artist. What does that look like? And so we've got, as this downtown art walk returns and we roll it out over the next few months, it's just going to be some incredible information made available to the community.
Yeah, that's a really, really incredible, in fact, in terms of education. That's great. You're having workshops there. We're going to be doing, I'm developing that right now, creative business workshops through the Arts Council, alongside our new treasurer, Christina Espiritu, who is an expert in nonprofit finance and all of that. And we are going to begin doing a series of live streams where we want to talk to the arts and culture community about these business items, the creative economy, all these things that you just described. That's going to be an ongoing online experience. And that's good that you are offering this resource to the community in context of the art walk. The live is always good, but we can also expand those educational opportunities through what we will be presenting alongside the Arts Council online. This is great stuff because people need to know, right? And
Yeah.
so many people want to find out, okay, how do I structure my business, or how do I do this? How do I get access to resources to do my art? And yeah, that's a championship concept right there, Rhonda. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it was a collective effort for all of us. Congratulations. Well, thank you to you for just really holding up the banner of the art walk, all things arts and culture, and the importance of just making sure that there's way made for that. So pretty exciting. But that's also at this, I mean, the climate right now is that's really a national and a global conversation with regards to arts and culture as we come out of, we recover globally from COVID, and just kind of reassure folks and try to, bring back some of our normalcy prior to COVID, and really just inspiring people to kind of get back out and live. Arts and culture is playing a critical part in that happening. So it's great to see that our city in so many different ways is tying into what is a national and global conversation around arts and culture.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, very, very interesting. I mean, you've traveled the world and everything. What are some of the contrasts that you see with arts and culture with what you've seen overseas?
That's a really good question. Yeah, I think that's a really I think when you said that, the first thing that comes to mind is everyone. What I've seen abroad, especially on the continent of Africa, is that everyone is tapping into their artistry. You know what I mean? Like here, if you're an administrator or a secretary, maybe you like this over here, you're not necessarily you don't necessarily operate in the rim or the thought consciousness of being an artist. Whereas to what I found traveling abroad is that people who are expressing themselves creatively through hobbies or profession, regardless of what they're doing, they consider themselves as an artist or artistry. And so, like, when we go to Ghana, I mean, everybody's an artist. I mean, everybody's expressing, everyone's being creative. And that's one of the things that I could say. Same thing when I went to Mexico, is that art is an expression um, for everyone, whether it's something that you do as a career, or whether I mean it's just a part of life, and I really like that perspective because it's a great balancer. It's a great therapy. I mean, it just plays a great way of expressing. If that creativity is just a part of it's normalized, if you will. Looks like you're on mute.
I was
Yay.
just saying yes, yes, yes. This is Belinda Allen coming in here. But yes and amen to everything you just said, Rhonda Love. Hey, Belinda Allen, well, let me get
Belinda.
your
Hey, Greg
autograph.
J and Rhonda.
Hey, Belinda.
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys doing? This is great.
Good,
Yes,
good. Good to
so
see you.
Yeah,
here's what's
likewise.
going on, Belinda. I just, text you while you were in the meeting, said, hey, hop on and talk about. But so here's what's going on. In Long Beach, we have something called Long Beach Gives. So there's more than 260 nonprofits who are participating in this crowdfunding platform. So your people can fundraise and give to the nonprofit of their choice. So all these nonprofits all across the city are doing this. And so we're doing our live streamathon. Been on the air live since 9 a.m. this morning. But for me, while I'm uplifting the Arts Council for Long Beach, I'm uplifting Dream Creator Studio. I kept saying, I would be remiss if I don't talk about the other nonprofits that I'm a part
Hey.
of. So they're not in Long Beach, but look, give to them anyway. Here it is. And so Belinda Allen is the esteemed executive director, you all, of the West Angeles Community Development Corporation. You see, I've been talking about her all day long, putting the link in the chat for you all to go ahead and give and support that great
Oh,
organization over there.
great.
What do you all do at the West Angeles CDC? What's that place all about?
Well,
Uh-oh.
Greg, you know what? Greg, I did something that I don't see you anymore.
I'm
Let me see
here.
everything done. And
We're
okay,
here. Don't
I'm
worry.
back. I tried to
Okay.
go in the chat and
Ah.
I messed everything up. First of all, I want to thank Greg because he comes to all of our Zoom board meetings. Everybody's on Zoom, but Greg comes to the office to help me just in case I do something like that while we're on Zoom because he's a technical savvy person. So he helps me out. So thank you, Greg. And thank you,
Hey.
Rhonda, for always being there. You also our support. So again, thank you. But West Angeles CDC, we're excited. We're in the process of planning our 30th Legacy Gala. 30 years in the community. Yes. And
Yes.
we're
Cut it
honoring
out.
our co-founders, Bishop Blake and Dr.
Yeah.
Lula Balton. It's going to be our first in-person gala since COVID. So
Mm.
since February 2020, this is going to be our first in person, and we're excited about that. So we can just talk about and show off all of our programs. We have financial literacy programs, which includes first-time home buyers, how to build your credit score, and then also entrepreneurship training. We also have our community housing. West Angeles CDC owns and operates over 400 100% affordable housing units, and that includes 200 of those units are with our seniors. Never want to forget about our seniors. And we're in the process of developing another 400 units in which we'll be breaking ground late next year. That's another 100 affordable housing project that will be starting at the end of next year. And then, of course, we have our community assistance department. That's our outreach organization where, of course, we feed the homeless, make sure they have clothes, and we have our recidivism program that we work with LA City. Those who are picked up, if it's just a misdemeanor, instead of getting in the system, they'll work with West Angeles CDC along with Southwest Police Department, and we'll make sure we put them through a 90-day program so that hopefully they'll change their life around and never be a part of the system. We have a whole lot going on. We have our Faith 3FN program coming up, Faith Foster and Family. In November 4th, want to announce we're having our Christmas in November community health fair. And that'll be on a Saturday at West Angeles Cathedral in the parking lot. There'll be free food, lots of medical services will be provided. We've got an exciting lineup going on. You want me to keep going, Greg, or that's
Yeah, you
enough?
can. I mean, look, that's a
I
lot,
mean,
but
30
you're
years,
on
that
your
can
way.
go on
Yes.
forever.
It sure can. It sure can. Now, let me ask you this. We've been kind of talking about giving and everything and being a nonprofit and, trying to share with the people why they should give. Do you see how would you encourage the everyday man or woman to give to a nonprofit like yours?
Well, that's interesting. You would ask that. We just put a presentation together on the 10 reasons why it's important to give back to the community. Number one was because it helps the least person in our society and those who are very, very vulnerable, I should say. And that would be our seniors, our children, those who are in poverty, the poor, those who are minorities, those who are disabled. And that's mainly the 5 reasons why you should give back to the community as far as those who are vulnerable. Then there's the reason of just giving people having a sense of belonging, having that connection to the community and the connection to people. And I'm always reminded of there's one that really sticks out. The reason we should give back is because we have to help government. They can't do this by themselves. And I remember a story Supervisor Holly Mitchell told us. She said, I think it was last year, she was in the grocery store at Costco's, and someone recognized her and pointed at her like this and said, "Oh, you're Supervisor Holly Mitchell. What are you going to do about the homeless issue in LA?" And she said, "Well, first of all, while you're pointing one finger at me, the other one is pointing right back at you. And that means, what are we going to do about the homelessness issue?" And overall, there are so many reasons, so many great reasons. But overall, we just have to give back to the community. If you're in a position that you can help your brother or help your sister, then why not? And it doesn't always have to be monetary, but of course, monetary gifts definitely help, because then you can just spread those resources. And those are just some of the reasons why it's important to give back to the community, which is a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, yeah. That's why it's Long Beach Gives Day. Come on, give and support our nonprofit family all over here. This is great. Man, I'm stuck on 30 years, Belinda. I mean, I know we've been talking about it, but as you just said it just now, it kind of punched me in the chest.
It is really 30. And I think, have you been on the board for 30 years, Greg?
No, I
Oh,
actually
okay.
cannot remember when I came onto the board.
It
However,
was early.
I have been associated with the CDC since the beginning. There were 4 people working at the CDC in one of the little cubby holes at the North Campus of West Angeles. It was Lula Bolton, Paul Turner, Claudia Jones, and I think Grant was there. Those
Mm-hmm.
were the 4 people that worked in there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was really something. It was just they were just back in the cut,
Well, I
you know.
remember, Greg, you actually used to produce the galas
I
when they first
produced
started.
I produced many of them, at least 10. Yes.
Yeah. So you've been there for
Yeah.
a while.
I've
Praise
been there
God.
for a while. Praise God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to be, alive and of sound mind to see it all, and I mean, I'm just thinking, man, 30 years, that's been, oh my God, it sounds like a long, long time ago,
I
but it feels
know.
like just yesterday.
I
Wow.
know. And if you drive up and down Crenshaw Boulevard, you can see the difference. We
Yeah.
have old videos of before the CDC and,
And
present.
after. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big
Wow.
changes
Wow.
in the community.
Big changes now. Yeah, and I see it now too, the big buildings and everything. Let me ask
Hmm.
you, do you know what's gonna be at the where the 30th Street parking lot used to be?
I know it's something with CIM, of course.
Okay.
And I think on the east side of the street on Crenshaw Boulevard in that area, my understanding is it's all commercial. And on the
Okay.
west side, it's housing, which
Hmm.
includes some affordable housing.
Hmm.
That's my
Hmm.
understanding.
Hmm. Hmm. Here,
And
hold
they're
on for
already
one
digging
moment.
deep.
Welcome to our exhibit here. We're doing a streamathon because today is Long Beach Gives. So I'm on the line with Rhonda Love from Dream Creator Studio and Belinda Allen from the West Angeles Community Development Corporation. Go ahead and take a look around. I'm just gonna continue to do this, and we can chit chat while we're doing it. Welcome, sir.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, good. And we got
Really, really cool stuff here.
yes, yes. Go ahead,
You got
walk
a lot
around and
going on
enjoy it.
there.
Check it out.
Yeah.
I do. This is the live stream broadcasting live from the Dream Creator Arts Annex 255 East 4th Street in the beautiful downtown Long Beach. The doors are open. People are coming in to see our protest panels on display. And, they're hearing us, you know, convene together to talk about the nonprofit community across the whole Southland. It's a beautiful
Wow.
thing.
And we
Yeah.
need as many as we can get. So
We
much
Yes,
need as
work to be
many as we
done.
can get.
yes.
Yeah.
Belinda, you know, you always invite me, and I'm so thankful to be a part of that just amazing gathering of women. You just
Yes.
did your 12th one, and it was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You had Carl Douglas there, and Jan Perry, and some other folks, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. It was
Dr.
so
Scorza.
Dr.
Uh-huh.
Souza,
He's
and it was so
mm-hmm.
informational. Thank you so much for that. I truly enjoy that, and I enjoy attending every year when I get a
Thank
chance to
you. I'm
attend.
glad you joined us.
Yeah, definitely. You and your husband always come to our experiences, our art and culture experiences in the community,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just always a joy to look up and see you guys somewhere in there. But I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, with the work that you do with the CDC, what role does art play in that, and how important is art in the work that you do?
Well, it's interesting. Right now, art is becoming even more prominent in the Crenshaw district because our city councilman, Marquise Harris Dawson, he is in the process of a project called Destination Crenshaw.
Mhm.
And I think it's within a 2 mile radius, maybe 3 miles. And basically that's what he's trying to do is change the look up and down Crenshaw
Yes.
Boulevard as we have the new metro bus coming in and we integrate gentrification in there so that as people are riding the buses, they can look across and see the murals on some of the buildings. And they're trying to make sure they're different flavors of art. So with that, some of our new projects, if you will, that are in District 8, we've been talking about what type of artwork we will have in front of it, just to show, either remind some. Let's say it's what's his name, the Mayor Bradley. Let's say it's some type of sketch of Mayor Bradley, but just to remind the community where we came from and who actually was there for us, fighting for us. And so, with that, art is becoming more and more important in the Crenshaw district.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And then what about, I mean, you guys are such a blessing to so many people in terms of providing housing and homes and improving their quality of life. How is art, what role does art play in that area of what you guys do as well?
Well, the same when we come up with a new project, that's what we're doing now. We're talking about how the arts would play in that. And that includes, of course, trying to get businesses that are in the community or businesses that's on the same plan or the same thought process, if you will, that they're thinking about really expanding on the art. And so we bring them in with us just to help us so we can really kind of expand on that. It hasn't always been the subject, but like I said, it was really getting there prior to COVID. And then of course it slowed down a little bit, but it's really coming up more and more right now. So we're just trying to, as we can, just get it in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Great.
yeah. It's so interesting. I'd like to know, the whole notion of affordable housing, and even here in Long Beach, we begin to talk about, there's all this urban transformation. Big developers coming into the cities and changing neighborhoods and building like mixed use and all this whole thing. Explain how important it is for the work that you're doing to encourage and actually insist that these big developers and land barons make enough affordable housing, and then also ask, like, what is affordable housing these days?
That's a good question. What is affordable housing is interesting. For the past year, I've been a part of the Los Angeles Affordable Housing Commissioner organization, if you will. I don't know if it's called an organization or just a committee, I think it's called. And that's something that we've been talking about is, how do you really define affordable housing? It's not like it was when it first started, right? When they first started affordable housing, it's because we didn't have anything. And it's like, let's come up with something. And it was called affordable housing back in the day, as the kids would call it. But now moving forward to where we are, I have someone who, matter of fact, Jerome, my husband, who's always saying, it's not affordable. Why do you call it that? If I can't move from Watt into that house, then it's not affordable. And he's right. Just because it says affordable, it doesn't mean it will get you in there. So I said all that to say two things. One, we need to redefine what's considered affordable housing. In the meantime, the only word we do have is affordable, 100% affordable housing. And with that, it's very important because of the housing shortage, because of, as you know, all those who are unhoused, not only here in the city, but just everywhere you go. But even just focusing on LA or maybe even Long Beach, it's important that when we consider these family units or housing units, consider who really needs to get in there. And if this is the need, how are they going to get in there unless I go through the affordable way? And I'm saying if I'm the developer. So it's important that developers take advantage, or I don't know if the word is take advantage, but embark on the opportunity of getting the tax credits and partnering with a nonprofit 501c3 and making sure that we're building affordable housing.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I'm here in I'm not there. I'm here in Texas. I'm in San Antonio, Texas right now. Yeah, I'm at my sister's house, and you know, we've been going out to like Austin, and I think we're headed to Houston this weekend. But to see the housing that they have here compared to Los Angeles, it's just incredible because you can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home and pay $175,000. You know, I mean, you literally can see that if they're on the market right now as a comparison to California. It almost feels like California's market, whether it's just real estate market in general, housing, I mean, purchasing or acquisition or rental, it's almost becoming extinct to be able to purchase anything for sure. And the question Greg posed, a really great question, like, what is affordable housing? What does it even look like? You know, look like there? Yeah, you know, and it's just incredible. And I looked at a unit the other day. We were just kind of out with some friends and family, and we walked into a space here, and a 3-bed. This unit we looked at yesterday, they were asking, I believe they were asking $1,200 a month for it. But in California, that's easy. That's
$3,000.
Yeah.
You know, they always say you can sell your home in California, go not put a down payment, just go purchase a home somewhere else and still have money in the bank. But if it's just the opposite, you can't sit when you sell your home. You may have a down payment for California. You may have one, but just the opposite, you got money and a brand new 5-bedroom home.
Yeah. So where do you think California housing is headed? I mean, I'm sure that's probably a big question, but
I know that is so big. I mean, if I could just stick with LA, I'm thinking about our new mayor, Karen Bass, who's out here trying to, you know, get these people off the streets. And I like her theme, a new LA. So what does that mean, a new LA? Does that mean getting people off the streets plus changing the definition of affordable housing? Does it also mean more housing available for our first-time home buyers? And if so, that means, of course, what? Bringing the cost down, or now that's one program I didn't mention that West Angeles CDC has. And I did mention first-time home buyers, but with that, we focus on first-time home buyers. And we let them know that there's up to almost $80,000 available as part of your down payment.
Ooh, nice.
And that kind of like helps, you know, here in LA, you need that help, right? And it's unfortunate that those who qualify, we can't find them anything right in the city because it's just too high. But we're able to find them something like in the Palmdale area or Inland Empire. Of course, now all those prices, everywhere you go, eventually those prices just go up too, right? Used to be Las Vegas. Now it's too expensive to move to Las Vegas. It's just a whole lot going on.
Yeah. Well, hats off for the work that you guys are doing, and that's why it's so important and critical. So
Well,
Greg,
thank you.
Greg, yeah, Greg J. I hope we put that information in the chat. I'm sure somebody want to connect and get some more details
Yeah,
on
it's
that.
all
Yes,
there at the
yes.
westangelescdc.org. It's in there. Yes, yes. Let me
Okay,
just say
very
this too. I
good.
want to ask you a question. So in the work that you're doing, do you hear a lot about creative placekeeping or placemaking?
Explain that. I
So
haven't
this,
heard of that.
yeah, I heard that one. So this, I guess this is the essence of making sure that there are artist friendly spaces, I suppose, in these different
Okay.
communities and everything. And it's
Hmm.
actually a big discipline of community
Sounds
development.
interesting.
Yeah.
What would
Mhm.
that look like?
Uh,
Like your
so
place, for
okay, so
example, is
here's a
that?
good example. You know the development that we have. What is it? The West Angeles West Day Curve,
Yes.
and the space on the bottom, on the
Mm-hmm.
front, on the first floor, right there. Then you make that into a artist space, right? So
Got you. You're talking about the space. We're actually going to be making that into our wellness center. That's what we're
okay.
working on right now. But I know exactly what area.
Hmm.
I get an idea of what you're talking about now.
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That
yeah.
should be interesting.
Yes, and since you're adjacent to Lamert Park right there, is
Hmm.
really good. This is all part of the creative economy. And as I come across this information, I'm like, wow, there's not much difference than what the CDC is doing already. It's just that it's more arts centered, right?
Yeah.
And making sure these artists
Right.
have homes, have spaces to work and do their art, and thus and so.
I have noticed there's a young lady. She has her own business. I'm not sure if it's a nonprofit. I think it's called, I don't want to call it the wrong name, but anyway, lately, just to get people started in case you are interested in art, she has started going to TGIF on La Cienega in Centinela on Friday evenings, and it's called, I guess, Sip and Paint, maybe. And if you're interested, basically, if you're interested in just painting, period, I keep saying I'm going to go up there and do some painting. It sounds like fun to me, but who knows? I might do that and say, I really like this. I think I'll take a class or go look for some, or call Greg up and say, Greg, how can I get more involved with this? I think that's good for the community, her having those type of, space provided as it relates to arts.
It's so funny you mentioned that because we have been talking about doing a sip and paint. But Rhonda, why
Let me
don't you
know.
share your experience in this category?
Yeah, so I just did one, Belinda, probably about maybe about a month and a half ago or
And you didn't
something like
invite
that.
me?
I got you on the next one. I promise you. Look, now that I know. But it
I
was
think
so
those are so much
cool.
fun.
Yes, I think that this one I went to is called Brushstrokes, and it's in the downtown Long Beach, and they do sip and paints and everything. And it was a bunch of couples in there, and it was girl groups in there. It was just a bunch of everybody in
Oh,
there.
nice.
But we had such a good time, and they had good music playing, and oh my goodness. And then afterwards we took pictures of our pieces together. But I used to paint years and years and years ago. I did a lot of abstract painting and everything. Um, but this kind of reawakened all of that. So I went out right away and bought a bunch of canvases, and it has been on.
Nice. See,
Yeah.
we'll get
Yeah,
you
definitely.
started. So that's a good community event.
Yeah, I was gonna say we probably need to hire an instructor, and because you the queen of putting on these nice little gatherings. I've been to some at your house. I can see some canvases back there.
Oh my goodness. Sounds
Yeah,
like fun for sure.
yeah, yes, yes, yes. So, but it was really a great experience.
Okay. Okay. Very
Hmm.
good.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna invite you to the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's a really good one. We have been talking about well, soon come. I'm gonna let you know when we'll do one. We
Okay.
actually part of our arts collectives, our artist, a member of our artist collective is a friend of yours, and that's Boyna Johnson.
Oh,
And
of
so
course.
yeah, so we were
If I
talking
was at
about
my house right now and I would take you through the front room so you can see Buena's art on the wall.
nice. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Good, good. Well, you know what, Belinda, I want to thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. Anything you'd like to say about, just share with the people about the importance of linking in with nonprofits.
Well, again, I don't know how to reiterate the fact that we have so many vulnerable people in society, and that's those who cannot get out and assist. But if you have you wake up each morning and you can move around and you can get up and go to work, thank God, and then look around and see where can you make a difference, whether it's in the community where you live or even in the community where you work or anywhere. You can always donate, even across the city. You can always go through and give a donation, and your donation is always making a difference to those, again, who just can't do for themselves. At the end of the day, we are the voice, hands, and feet for those who cannot do for themselves.
Yeah,
Thank
that's really, yeah, that's great. Thank you, Belinda. And I sound like, it feels like I'm hearing it already, but I'm going to ask this question.
you.
What drives you in doing what you do?
That's interesting. I just asked myself that yesterday morning. I said, Belinda, where's the drive? What is it that drives you? What is it that wakes you up at night? You can't sleep. And it's interesting. There's a lot because there's so many causes out there. But my main one are those individuals who are out there sleeping on the streets. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. For some, I know some are mental problems, but it's not all of them. For some, it's just somebody who doesn't have a job. And then just a month ago, something else was called to my attention, that some of those people out there living in those vans and all that, it's not that they want to, it's not even that they don't have a job. Someone told me about, and this just happened recently. A young man was out shopping, doing grocery shopping, left the wife and the kids at home. Didn't know that the wife had went to the police and wrote a report on him that was fake. But either way, the report was out there. And he comes back home. The police is right there saying, "Okay, you can't go in your house anymore. You here's your papers, serving him, saying show up in court in a week. But in the meantime, you got to go." So where was he supposed to
Wow.
go? And he went from hotel to hotel trying to find a place. It just happened to be the neighborhood he lived in. It was busy, but there was people in town, so he had to end up staying with a friend. But that was the first time it came to my attention that we've got all kind of people who are out there, and we just don't understand the reasons. It's so unfortunate. But I think that's really, really heavy on me, trying to help these unhoused become housed at the same time. In order to do that, you got to change that definition to affordable housing. So it's just so much to do.
Well, that's a powerful driving force that's driving you. I'll say that much. So, because it's definitely needed. And thank you so much for all that you and your team and the organization do, So
Thank you.
you making a difference in a lot of people's lives.
Thank you. And thank you, Greg. You doing it too. You're doing that white collar work for the nonprofit, but
Yeah.
all of it matters.
You're on mute, Gregory.
I think he's still muted.
Yes, but don't get it twisted. I'm down to get my hands dirty too now. I'll
In
get out
Long
there
Beach,
and get
huh?
out here on these streets.
Yeah,
Let's
so you
get
got the
it.
blue collar and the white collar. Hey, it
Yes,
takes it.
yes.
It takes a village. That's that
It takes a
village.
village. Sure, sure, sure. Thank you so much for what you do with the community. And I wanted to tell, I forgot to mention. So look, you were in the Los Angeles Central, aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Wow. Now, how'd that make you feel? I haven't had a
I
chance to talk to you since then.
I call him Dr. Reverend Bishop Pastor Mark Whitlock, who had a dream to kind of celebrate a shero and a hero. And
Ah,
I was the shero.
nice.
And he wrote that article, which I thought was very nice. That makes me feel good, of course. I'm just happy to be a part of what's happening, of the movement that's moving people in the right direction. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So
That's right.
thank you for bringing that
Yeah,
up.
real talk. I thought that was really, really, really great. In the Los Angeles Sentinel article,
Hmm.
they called you unsung hero. You know,
Unsung Shiro.
Chiro. Yes,
Yeah.
right. Yes,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. So interesting, interesting. Yeah, that Mark Whitlock, bro. That's my friend. We go back a long
He's busy
way. Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. So if we say CDC is 30 years old,
You can't
Mark
get
and
over
I
that.
are way before that. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. 30 years.
Well, I don't want to say we're getting old, but I just say we're getting better.
We're getting better. Yeah. 30
Amen.
years of, I like to say 30 years of homes and hope.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. All
Awesome.
right.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right, y'all. WestAngelesCDC.org. It's in the chat. That's our family of nonprofits, since we're Long Beach Gives and we're giving to nonprofits across Long Beach, but we're encouraging you also to support nonprofits that are in our family. We've named them off. Well, West Angeles CDC, near and dear to my heart. I'm the secretary.
That's right.
That's all
Secretary on
right.
the board. Got
Yes.
one of those high positions. That's why I
Oh,
said
boy.
white collar work. Ah,
Hilarious. Good,
yeah.
good. Thank you, Belinda, for joining us on today.
Okay. And thank you guys. Have a
All
blessed
right.
rest of the day.
All
You
right. You
too.
too. Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
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 Yes, yeah. So that's what's up there, Rhonda Love. We're out here all across our region. Our shadow is long.
Yes. 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 Thank God for it.
Yes, yes, yes. We're trying to get the folks from Long Beach Forward on, and she said, okay, just a minute, I'm putting out my Long Beach Gives notices. I said, this is about Long Beach Gives too. Come on, let's go. We also are expecting Hugo Lomelli, one of the
Oh,
artists of
nice.
our Long Beach Rising. Uh, excuse me, Jose Losa, who is um, also one of the artists. And I haven't heard from Andrea, but hopefully she'll pick up and let's get in. Let's get it in. And then I think Brandy will probably circle back around before we leave this streamathon. We
Okay.
have a
Awesome.
guest here sitting here in the museum here right now. Let's see what look.
Hi.
So
That's
I
awesome.
met Cynthia at the last Long Beach Forward event brunch that I did, and she is a media person and has been saying that she wanted to come by and see the exhibit here. And look, Cynthia, get on there and tell them what you think. Tell Rhonda what you think about
Hi,
the
Cynthia.
exhibit.
Hi, am I
Hi.
Yeah,
can they hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah, forgive me. I was not even prepared to be on camera, but
You're live.
hi everyone. Yes, my name is Cynthia Brooks Nickerson, and I do have a new media consulting firm, Cynthia Brooks Media. Here, I'm here in Long Beach, but of course, I can help anywhere, anyone, anywhere because of streaming and whatnot. But I did meet Greg at the Long Beach Forward brunch, talking about the area and this beautiful, incredible artwork that's here at the gallery. And I want to encourage everyone who's in Long Beach, at least Long Beach, but definitely LA County, to come out and take a look at some of these wonderful murals. I did see them up around the city back in 2020, after or during all the protests and whatnot. So I guess this is the gathering point for all of that artwork, and it's just wonderful. It's so inspiring. The individuals that did all of this have so much to share, and a lot of people, this is how they share. Some people don't share well with words, and some people don't share. They're unable to share with money, so they share. Through artwork and this creativity. So, this is just great. So if you have a chance, folks in Long Beach and LA County, come by this gallery at 255 East 4th Street and see these murals on display. It'll give you inspiration because even just me being here for 30 minutes or so is giving me some inspiration. So I appreciate being here, and I hope that everyone who is listening in and watching is able to give something to Long Beach Gives, because there is a lot of need out there in the community. So hopefully I can at some point do my part and help out. And I hope that, this is a fruitful endeavor because there is a lot of need.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. That was awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
Yes, yeah, Rhonda. So there we have it. Reaching out into the community and family and friends stopping by, and it's really, really good to experience this, and hopefully we will have helped raise the bar, raise the resources necessary for this important work, this important community work that we are involved in.
That's great. Well, I've got to bounce out. I'm heading
Okay.
over to the River Walk. It's a very popular. It's literally like a river that flows through San Antonio, and it's lined with restaurants and bridges, and it's very beautiful. So I'm gonna bounce out and head over there, and I think there's some art that I'll be able to dial back in and share with you from here. The link, can I give that to some folks and have them just pop in today? Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. I'm gonna shoot it out to a couple of people. So,
Okay.
all right. Well, you're doing a great job, and glad to be a part of this marathon here. And yeah.
Yeah, well, look, we're more than halfway through. I think I see the finish line down the road there. Looks about 45 minutes, maybe an hour away. I got a couple of people I want them to pop in, and they're saying they are, but we'll see what happens. Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna try and pop back in before you wrap up. But great job, and thank you so much for doing this.
All right, you got it. Thank you, Rhonda
All
Love,
right.
Dream Creator Studio.
All right, you're welcome. Hey, can you play that video too? Our kids in India and our kids in
Put the link
Monroe.
in the chat in the private. Oh no, I know where to. Yeah, put the link in the private. Chat.
Okay. So our kids in India actually collaborated with our kids in Monrovia, Libya. So you know Moses. Moses has been one of our mentees in Libya. Oh my gosh, for over 10 years now. And so they collaborated and did the animated piece for Long Beach Gives. And so I'll put a copy of that in the private chat that you can share.
All right, you got it.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm putting it
Thank
in there
you.
now.
All right.
You're
Peace and
welcome.
blessings.
Peace and blessings. All right. It's there.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see. You know what I'm gonna do here is let me just try to find that link she just sent me. There it is, and let me try to put it in a place where we can view it, and it'll be exciting. It's an exciting little animation that she's created with our folks from across the globe. And yeah, this is what's going on in our world. Let's see. Oh, I see. I could do it right here. Let's see. I think okay, let me see, because I'm actually in the wrong browser, and I'm going to. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let me go to that page in another browser and actually download that video so I can actually give you the raw video file. So I'm going to be doing that and then running my mouth here while we're doing it. I might put you on mute for just a hot second while we are doing it so I can talk to Cynthia that is here with us. And we're also waiting for more nonprofit luminaries to come and check in with us and talk about Long Beach Gives, the crowdfunding platform that more than 260 nonprofits in Long Beach are taking part in. And we're raising funds. And we were just talking to Dr. Belinda Allen, who's at the West Angeles Community Development Corporation, not in Long Beach, but still very much a part of our nonprofit world as we participate and advocate and help develop policies for nonprofits. I sit on the board of the West Angeles Community Development Corporation, where I'm the secretary. I sit on the board of the Arts Council for Long Beach, where I am the board president. Going into my second term, I'm associated with so many different other nonprofits. So we just wanted to amplify their voice also. So I'm just going to take a few minutes and get into this other browser and find out how I can download that video and then share it with you. And just give me a few minutes and put you on mute. Is that all right? You guys can just watch me. How about that? Yeah, I have a bit of a problem in this particular browser of putting up that really great. Hold on, let me just see if I can. Now I got a lot of stuff going on today. It's all out. Huh. I'm on. Now I'm going to have to put my headphones back on because I got an echo. I didn't have to do that a minute ago, but I'm going to do it now. Technology. I don't want to crash it like I did before and have to start a whole new broadcast. So we'll see how we. Okay, I hear it in there, and I don't want to hear it. And I want to kick one of these out of the studio. Yeah. All right. Now him, I want to. I'm just. Oh, it is mute. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what I've done here. This is really kind of crazy here. I think I've messed up my vibe. Uh, so if I leave studio, then what happens? Okay. Uh, uh, well, you know what we're gonna do? I'm just gonna go ahead and continue this for a hot moment, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to get this rid of this one. See, this is what I'm saying. I really don't like this browser and I don't know how I got into it. So let me just see. Trying to get this one allow me to? Mhm. Well, pretty interesting. I just don't know how. I got an echo. I don't know if you got an echo on your end, listeners, but what the heck? We'll try to work with it as we go forward. I only have a little while to go. Call a few more friends to come on so we can have this great conversation here. And yeah, let's go. Hmm. Well, what a great time we've had today. It's been really, really incredible to talk to all of the nonprofit organizations, allow them to come and talk about arts and culture. It's just been really, really phenomenal today. Hopefully, you've made donations to the Long Beach Gives, and there it is. You know? Yeah. So sounds like on your stream out there, you all, it sounds like everything is all good, and so that's important. It's just a big echo in my headphones right here, and a little annoying, to be honest with you. But I can work through it. We've been doing this a long time, and so we're just gonna talk through it. We'll have a few more minutes to go here on our live stream. We may stay a little bit longer, or I may just back out, back in, because we do have some final thoughts coming from around the city, and they've got the link that we're currently using right now. So yeah, Long Beach, here we are. We've got this whole platform of crowdfunding going on. We were supporting today the Arts Council for Long Beach. We're supporting the Dream Creator Studio. We're broadcasting live from the Dream Creator Arts Annex 255 East 4th Street, downtown Long Beach. And so we're just sharing information, inspiring the people. Get on here and check us out. Certainly uh, follow the work that we're doing across the world. We're located here in Long Beach, but we're global, and we are promoting culture from the West Coast all the way over to the continent and back. That's what we're doing. I'm almost talked out, y'all. This is a lot going on here, and I'm really, really glad that you guys were able to come in and make your donations. I see you. Thanks to Violet Brown. Wow, what a rich conversation. Now, Violet and I have been talking about doing regular scheduled conversations with Greg J. and just going through our respective Rolodex and getting artists and producers and influencers in hip hop culture as we were there. We were all instrumental in our own sectors of the industry towards the advancement of hip hop music. We were there. I always like to say I had floor seats. I watched the genre explode. Working as a young executive at Bailey Broadcasting Services, Radioscope, y'all remember that. Then after that, many, many years at KJLH Radio. Just been always in the industry, always in the community, and that's what my story is. And as people begin to talk about the 50th anniversary of hip hop, it's interesting because for me, a lot of the people that I see, I'm not dissing, I'm just an observation, is that, okay, a lot of people that are in control of telling that story weren't there and probably were the ones that were against the music when it first came out, right? But now here we are celebrating 50 years, and over the 50 years, certainly the genre has grown from underground phenomenon, something heard at the swap meets and all of that, and now it's a major genre sector. Everywhere you look is hip hop. It's bleamed out these days. Isn't it funny? We were talking about Snoop Dogg and his connection to Long Beach, born and raised, right? And now, so much controversy when he first came out, that first album, and all the way to now, he's just one of the foundational pop culture icons in America. How does that happen? And so that was a great and rich discussion. Shout out to Greg Mack, the Mac Attack, iconic radio broadcaster, starting hip hop music on a commercial radio station. I thought that was very interesting conversation there. We didn't really get a chance to delve into the contrast because there was a time before K-Day that hip hop actually lived on college radio, wasn't getting commercial airplay in those times, in those days and time. Man, the genre has grown now. It's all over the place. It's all on the general market radio stations. It's on your urban radio stations. It's evolved, and we even had conversation about the possible cultural degeneration of the music. But it's certainly important to have the dialogue, important to know that there are people associated with Long Beach that were instrumental in the growth and impact of rap music. Uh, yeah, I'm here from Long Beach, but certainly having an impact across the country. And so, real luminaries in this business. So we were able to reach out to Brother Alonzo Williams, the godfather of West Coast hip hop. He chimed in right at the perfect time when we were having a discussion about Easy E. Alonzo Williams is a person who's credited with kind of discovering, NWA and Dr. Dre and all of them. We talked about car culture. We talked about how Dr. Dre, when he finishes his recordings, he goes out to the car to play it really loud and make sure that the sonically it's okay for the brothers and sisters driving in their rides and bumping the music, right? We changed lanes a little bit and talked to some nonprofit organizations that are associated with the Arts Council for Long Beach. We had the executive director, Griselda Suarez, come on and talk about arts and culture and the importance of the Arts Council as we advocate for arts and culture in our city. It was very, very rich. We had Ryan Hoyle, who is from Plain Nice, Long Beach. He was here, and he was able to talk about, the importance of arts and culture and what it's like to be a part of the movement associated with the Arts Council for Long Beach. We were hoping to get Lil Brandy in here. She might come back a little later. Dynamic young woman who's definitely an arts influencer in these days and time. We had Grammy Award winning Omar Akram. He is a new age artist, right? Pianist, and won the Grammy for Best New Age Music in 2013, and has a new project that's out that will probably be nominated for a Grammy really, really soon. So this is really good news. We told you about the art walk coming back to Long Beach. Man, just so much. Just keep tuned in with us here. All of our websites, all of our platforms, Beach City Radio, beachcityradio.com. Man, this is what we are doing out here in the arts and culture sector, originating from Long Beach, but reaching out across the waters to overseas to the motherland. That's what we're doing. Shout out to everybody that's come through Long Beach Rising, Heroes of the Movement. I want to try something because I really want you guys to see this animation that Rondé created as a fundraising tool. It's very, very cute. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to all of the Facebook pages and put it uh, in the feed. It's already in the chat right there. If you see that YouTube link that's there, please click it. Let me see. Maybe I need to put it in again, and that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So let's just see. Oh no, that's not it. Oh yeah, that's it. So you can watch this and check out the creativity right there that illuminates the mission of Dream Creator Studio and gives you specific instructions on how to donate. This is Long Beach Gives, and we're on our streamathon right now. And, we're going to try to go all the way to 5, maybe. We said 4. I'm getting some text here, so maybe 5. So we'll see. We want to get out of here and run over to the Lolas and reconnect with all of our Arts Council colleagues who are out there busy, out and about. They were down at the Container Cafe at the Civic Center where City Hall and the Port of Long Beach is located. There's a restaurant right there on the quad. It's called Container Cafe. I've not eaten there, and I was asking Rhonda if she had eaten there. She had not. She was aware of their menu and all that. I guess it's getting really good rave reviews, and so much so where the Arts Council is assembling and having an event over there to illuminate the organization and take donations. And we're following that, and we're heading over to Lola's on 4th Street, closing out the evening. You know what? I might just close up here and do a live from there on my phone. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And right around 5 o'clock. There's some people I really want you all to hear from before we hang up. That's kind of why I'm stalling. I'm looking for Long Beach Forward to come through. There's another nonprofit that we have talked about briefly as we talk about our wide net of nonprofit organizations. This one's not in Long Beach, but as you know, we were just talking to Dr. Belinda Allen at the West Angeles Community Development Corporation, and while asking you to support that nonprofit and the work that they do with the Crenshaw Corridor, equally, I'm going to talk about the Academy for Media Arts, which is located in downtown Los Angeles and founded by a young man that I've known since he was a younger man. He's a heck of a drummer, and he had a vision after being mentored by Dr. Lula Bolton, who was one of the founders of the West Angeles Community Development Corporation, has grown and studied and formed his own nonprofit and now has a robust school, Academy for Media Arts. Yeah, there's some advocacy that we want to talk about that. Hopefully, he'll go ahead and jump on in with the link, and we'll be talking about education from a nonprofit standpoint. Yeah. So listen, let me do this. I'm going to step away for a hot minute and just go check my car and check security in the front gate, and I'll be right back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Strong There you uh Yeah, so there we are, just sitting here rambling around about all these beautiful arts and culture things. I think I'm gonna go through one more round and just kind of wait a little bit longer. It's almost 4 o'clock, and then I'll make a decision on whether or not I want to continue the live stream. I'm just trying to get the people to come in and talk about Long Beach Gives. Yeah, yeah. So I hope y'all are doing okay. It's a tough time out there, isn't it? It's like we all need help. We all need encouragement and inspiration as we move through these uncertain times that are before us. It's an amazing time. We believe that arts and culture is an essential service in our recovery. It is a balm towards healing. Uh, Arts heals. That's what we see. That's what we know. And that's what we advocate for. And we hope that you will do the same. We hope that you will go through the links that are in the chat, make a donation to Dream Creator Studio, make a donation to Arts Council for Long Beach. This is what we need to do in the area of um, nonprofits. Help us with these programs and services. We're making a difference, but we could even do even more work with your help. That's why Long Beach Gives exists. What a noble cause. Maybe arts and culture isn't your thing, but you just happen to come across this video. That's okay too. You can go to longbeachgives.org and all of the plethora of nonprofits that are out there right now advocating for funding and support from the people who just may take the time to give. You're uplifting humanity when you support these nonprofits. The work that they're doing is, we've heard everything about arts and culture. We've heard everything about affordable housing. We've heard everything about, housing the unhoused. Oh man, there's a plethora of services that we have going on. Yeah, hold on one second, you guys. I'm getting a little invaded right here, so let me just check. Yeah, so listen, you seen it there. We've been talking about the nonprofits and Long Beach Gives. Help us. If you have an opportunity, stop by our art annex located at 255 East 4th Street in Long Beach. And then, your funding that you make towards the Dream Creator Studio probably will definitely help our efforts with preserving the protest panels. We have an exhibit of plywood panels that were originally on the storefronts in the aftermath of the murder of George Floyd. Business owners boarded up their windows to prevent from damage. The arts community came out and painted beautiful murals on these panels, and so we have assembled them in a gallery setting, and they're on exhibit and display for the community right now. And we're developing a program towards the preservation and stewardship of these works, and your donations will go a long way to help us do that right here, Dream Creator Studio. So that's what I'd like for you to do. Support Beach Rising and support the work that we need. We need to, do things like storage, preservation, maintenance, and sustainability. There's so many tasks that are ahead of us as we steward this beautiful body of artworks. Yeah. Okay, that's what's going on. Phew. I'm talked out. I just need to take a break. I'm gonna go over to Lola's and sign back in and check in with you all. Um, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for giving. Thank you so much for joining in with Long Beach Kids, the Streamathon. So fun. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings.